All right, guys, a quick one here. I was just kind of chilling today, sunbathing, and I saw on Discord, someone posted this regarding people who might have been following this, what I said. When you're winning the survivors and they DC and it says abandoned match and things like that, I said it's going to count as a draw or a loss. The devs have finally shown everything, what's going to happen. It's even worse than I thought. It's even worse. So I felt like I needed to show you kind of the idiocy once again of this stuff. As I said, I really like DBD, but I do think behavior are very bad at what they do, balance-wise, etc., etc. You know this. Game's fun, but the devs just have no idea what they're doing. This is just more examples on top of more examples, etc. So let me give you an idea. So it's going to give multiple scenarios here. You have scenario 1: if all survivors are bots, the killer can abandon the match without receiving a disconnection penalty, and the match is considered a draw, right? So if all of the survivors become bots, if you abandon, it's a draw for you. There's no win, there's no loss. It's like the game never happened, right? Which I assumed. It says abandon, so it was either a loss or a draw. It's abandoning the match. Scenario 2, if the match has continued for 10 minutes without a generator being repaired or regressed, so if the survivors hide and you can't find them, you know, which should be reportable, right? Because it's kind of griefing. They're not doing the objective. You don't really have a way to find them if they're not doing anything. The whole game's based on them being at gen, so you know where they're at. The killer can abandon. Oh, nice. 10 minutes you have to wait as well, by the way. Without a disconnect and penalty, but the match is considered a loss. So you take a loss on that one. So, cool, I guess, right? Due to a bug, the endgame screen will currently show survivors as sacrificed. Whoops. This will be fixed in upcoming bug fix patch. Okay, so this is where that's crazy in itself. The survivors literally griefing and not doing their objective. You have to take the L after waiting 10 minutes of them wasting your time. Survivor one's even crazier. So share this. When all of the remaining survivors left alive in the trial are bots, the last survivor can abandon the match without receiving a disconnection penalty and is considered a draw. So as soon as you have 3 survivors who are bots through disconnection or through, you know, them abandoning because they're all slugged, I guess, right? For example, which we'll go on to a scenario 2, which is even crazier. You get a draw. So cool. Free hatch, basically. Scenario 2 is the insane one. When all survivors are alive in trial or in a dying state, which I don't think is completely true, by the way. Well, actually, it kind of is, because a dying state's on hook as well, right? Because I'm pretty sure I've had people on hook, and then I've slugged like 2 people, and then they've all been able to DC. So correct me if I'm wrong with that, but it does feel that the hook is classed as a dying state as well. So when survivors are all in the dying state, the survivors can abandon the match without receiving a disconnection penalty, and it's considered a draw. You know when you've slugged the whole team, because, you know, you've gone against a really strong team, they've done like 5 gens in like 2 hooks, and then you've done this crazy snowball with like Orne, let's say, or Billy or whatever, and you've got this really, really nice slug going, and you're like, wow, I've actually come back for this. No, it's just a draw for them though, so, you know. Yeah. And don't you DC, because then, what would that be? Oh, that'd be a draw as well. Yeah, so just draw, as if the game didn't even happen. And then here's like a more detailed kind of thing. So, you know, blood points earned or kept, match XP is kept, challenge progress is kept, emblem scores are kept. All this completely meaningless. Blood points are obviously not completely meaningless. You can spend the blood points. Match XP, what is that? Just match XP. Don't know. Challenge progress, yep, just little challenges that you do, blah, blah, blah. Items will lose. The match outcome, which is the thing that I knew was going to be the stupidest. Draw, loss, draw. The killer can only be the one who loses in this scenario, by the way. The survivor can only draw, as I just went over. You don't get a disconnection penalty, we know that. Counts as a completed trial, nope. And survivor to replace by bot, obviously not going to when the killer quits, and then boom. So yeah, pretty much what I did think. Some people were like, no. But I said, why does it say abandon? It'd say claim victory. If you're claiming a victory, it'd say something like claim victory. So basically, I guess win streaks, when this happens, you've lost, right? Unless you're not going off the real data of the game. So even just win streaks in themselves, you're kind of lying, right? Because you're not actually going off real data. The game drew, or the game even lost if they hide for 10 minutes. Food for thought. Anyway, this game is super survivor bias. I actually thought of a good analogy, and I really do think this game is kind of like that. You have the spoiled child, the unwanted child, the survivor's killers. The spoiled child, and it's a lot of gaslighting as well. The spoiled child tells the unwanted child that the parents absolutely love them as they feed them stale bread, and then say, and they don't like us while they go off to Disneyland. Anyway, I'll see you on the next stream, guys. YouTube only content. Wow.